Hello students, I am Trishnika Bhumi, your English class teacher, here again with a new lesson on voice change. So what is voice first? Voice is that form of verb which shows whether what is denoted by the subject does something or has something done to the subject. As it is written in Gray and Martin, a famous grammar book. And let's see the definition of voice. Voice is a grammatical feature that describes the relationship between the verb and the subject in a sentence. More specifically, voice describes how the verb is expressed or written in relation to the agent. Types of voice: active voice and passive voice. First, we will see some examples of active voice. Rohan cleans this room every day. My grandfather built this house. Though we all know which is the subject or object or verb in this sentence, let's revise again. So in these two sentences, the subjects are my Rohan and my grandfather. The verbs are cleans and build, and the objects are this room or this house. So why these two sentences say that it is written in active voice? Because in these two sentences, subject does something, or in other sentence, subjects are the doer of the action. In the first sentence, Rohan does something. Rohan cleans this room. And the second sentence, my grandfather built this house. Okay. So the next, let's have a look to the definition of active voice. The active voice is a type of grammatical voice in which the subject of a sentence performs the action expressed by the verb. And now let's have a look some examples of passive voice. The room is cleaned by Rohan every day. This house was built by my grandfather. I have used the same sentence in passive voices also. Just I transform the sentence into passive voice so that we easily understand the difference between passive and active voice. Okay. So this room is cleaned by Rohan every day. The house was built by my grandfather. We already in the active voice example section seen those sentences. Though the form was changed, and subject and object also changed in these sentences now, as it is now transformed into a passive voice. So now the subject is this room or this house, which was earlier written as object in active voice, and the verbs are is cleaned and was built. Then we have to use a preposition. Then the object is Rohan and my grandfather. If we observe the verbs in this sentence, though the main verb remains same, but the form or an auxiliary verb is added to each of these main verbs. Okay, so let's have a look to the definition of the passive voice. Actually, in passive voice, why we call a sentence is written in passive voice? Because in passive voice, subject does something or has something done to the subject. Passive voice is a type of grammatical voice in which the subject is acted upon by the verb. Now we have to learn when to use the active voice and when to use passive voice. The first, active voice, when to use it. We have to learn it so that we can apply the or active voice or passive voice in particular type of writing or to express particular type of statement or something. so that carries more significant meaning to that sentence. When there is no direct object, we can use or write the sentence in active voice. When the agent is important, when the agent is known or relevant, when expressing an authoritative tone, or when the agent is an ongoing topic. Okay. Now, when to use the passive voice? When the receiver of the action is important, when the agent is unknown, agent is subject. Subject or the not the subject, like if there is no mention of who does it. We don't know something has been done, but we don't know who does it. We can use passive voice. Okay. When the agent is unknown or irrelevant or implied, or when actually we know it's not necessary to mention the doer of the action, then we can write it in passive voice. When softening an authoritative tone, we need not to passive, the particular word passive itself signifies that something is not very authoritative, it's passive. So softening the tone. When expressing a professional, neutral or objective tone. Okay, now we will have a look to how we change the verb form. In the example sections of the two voices, we observe that the verb has changed from active voice and to passive voice when we transformed it. So we have to learn, and this is the basic thing we have to know when to change the voice. So in this section they are mentioned as tense forms. Then what if I take a verb like break, so that it can be any verb. Okay, but we have to use the past participle form when we will transform into passive voice. So if a sentence is written in simple present, and suppose it is written and the word used like I break the car is the sentence. So what will be its passive form? I break the car will be the car is broken by me, or it can be he break the car, it also the car is broken by me, or I break the, what can be used, I break the cards, so the cards are broken by me. So actually what we have to notice that the object is singular or plural. If the object is singular, then we will use or singular, or what is pronoun. We have to notice the pronoun of the object, and if it is either singular or plural, and according to that we will use that auxiliary form of verb. If the object is written in third person singular number, we can easily use is, and it is if it is plural or first person, written in first person, second person or third person plural, then we will use are. Okay, and same thing will happen in case of present continuous. If it is written is like is breaking, it will be changed into is being broken. Are breaking, are being broken. In present perfect, has broken, change into has been broken. Have broken, change into have been broken. Simple past, broke, was broken or were broken, as same similar as the simple present. Past continuous was breaking or were breaking will be was being broken or were being broken. Past perfect had broken, had been broken. Simple future will break, will be changed into will be broken, shall break, shall be broken. Can, may, must. In case of if they are at the base, I can break him, I can break the ice. So the ice can be broken by me. Okay, and the another thing we have to remember that we will use the preposition by in the most of the cases, but we have to use with, WITH, in the cases where the subject is something, subject is a non-living thing, like I killed a snake. The snake is killed by me, but the snake is killed. I killed the snake. I beat the snake. Okay. So just go through this list and I will provide you some examples. Check those. Okay.